Well, I thought at first we would do this.
Oh,
And because I love the subtlety of the colors, I love the purpleness of the trees. These
wow,
are
yeah.
trees.
They're trees, not mountains? Purple Mountain trees, no?
And so that was a challenge. But then last week, John didn't know what uh, Lynn was talking about with the parchment paper.
Ah, okay.
And so then I thought, well, maybe I should do something where I could use the parchment paper.
So, John, in honor of you, we're going to do this painting instead of this one because you didn't know what Lynn was talking about with the parchment paper.
Oh, right.
So I'll demonstrate that. And I'll tell you again about this. This is what I did over the week. It's a Jaguar hood ornament from 1955. And the challenge is ornaments. So I sent in my blue ball so that's been my week. Now we have to paint. And we're going to paint this one. We're not going to paint that one. I've already done sort of the sketch for this part. Really rough, nothing very fancy. But what I thought that I would do is I would do the taping with the parchment paper on these two birches. And this one, I think I will goop because it's really tiny and I don't think I can cut tape that small. So that's what this is. This is a piece of cooking parchment. John knows what that is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. John, need more. I went to Costco and got 2 mega rolls. I can I have so much parchment paper. I use it for a lot of things.
Yeah, it's a very useful thing. And so what you do is I have to put my glasses on. Oh, that's the other thing I did. I fixed my broken glasses myself. So I'm very proud of that. And I'm going to trace these 2 birch trees. And I'm using a marker. And I'm just tracing their trunks. And so, if I didn't want to do this demo, I probably wouldn't use this technique because the trees are pretty easy. But there they go. I want something quick. So these are good. So I've traced the trees with a marker. Put the top back on. And now I take tape. And I tape over the trees. Can I get one piece of tape? Ooh, I can get one piece of tape. Isn't that amazing? And I have the scissors. And often you can't use one piece of tape, but it doesn't matter how they're, and this tape doesn't actually like to stick to parchment, which is a mixed blessing. In some ways, it's lovely that it doesn't like to stick because it comes up very nicely. Now what I do is I cut along the lines and I can see them more easily from the back. So I cut along the lines. I love these scissors. These are mustache scissors. So they're very sharp and very precise. Because we can't have people with messy mustaches. Yeah. Now I'm going to make a mark on my margin so that I know where the bottoms are. And I'm just going to make the mark on my tape. And pull up my reference photograph. Stick that on the easel. And now I'm going to peel off the tape. And triangulating. Here's one. Here's the other one. So I've got a taped mask. And you can see it better because it's taken up some of the marker. And for this third one, which comes out like that, I'm going to eyeball it. And this is my dish soap top. So Chris is in the kitchen and he's been warned that the dish soap has no top. And I'm going to take a little brush and mush it about in the soap. And now if you want to take, you could take the dish soap back. Oh, my tissues disappeared. Well, I've got a paper towel. This goop stuff, the goop sticks the top on. That makes it interesting to get off. I need more goop than that. Ah! The goop glopped. Yeah. So now I have 2 glops. Do I need anything else? I don't think so. These trees are darks, so I'm not going to worry about them. I'll do them before I take the masking off, but I'm not going to worry about what they look like. There's one long one goes up like that. Also not that important. Jesus. Okay. So can I take that up, or do I want it to dry? Now I just paint it, and I've got my masked birches, and I've got my rough sketch, because these are all darks. It doesn't matter, but I know roughly where they are. Can I get that up? No, I can just screw it up. There we go. They can just be very large snowflakes. Of course, I could let it dry and then just erase it. There, gone. No, it's got a dirty spot. It's got a dirty spot. Yeah. No.
Dark cloud.
Yeah, well, it's in the mountains. So. Or I can just make the branches go out, the dark branches. Now, is this dry enough to paint over? Let's start over in the other corner. Let's start over here with some nice blues. I'm going to need the tissues at some point. Okay. That is phthalo blue. I think that's phthalo blue too. Well, maybe it's ultramarine. Anyway, it's the sky we're going to get. I could grab some of this. And this is nice and streaky. Whoa! That's a lot. Down here, it gets more gray. So let's add some, not even gray, sort of purpley gray. Let's add some reddish stuff. And let's get rid of this cloud, blot out this cloud. Chris, could you find me the tissues? I'm using a paper towel, which is less than perfect. I think they just fell. Yeah, thanks. Let's move the coffee. It's really depressing when you put your brush in your coffee. And then you put your brush on the paper and you have this very strange color. I don't like this at all. Paper towel doesn't do clouds the way tissue does. Now this is the beginning of the mountain. There. So where's our purple?
Oh.
I didn't notice that actually. And the other side of the mountain is here. Yeah. And I've messed this up because this should be white. Well, we'll see how that goes. I'm going to take a fresh brush. I'm going to take 2 fresh brushes. One for fresh water. And one to be a dry brush. Well, sort of. And same thing here. I was right about it being phthalo blue because you can tell that it's not coming up as well as ultramarine does. That's going to have to be whitened because it's not responding the way I want it to. So of course the solution is to make the purple side purplier. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Now we've got a very sort of a pinkish mist. And that comes right down pretty darn close. And down here, there's some of this stuff going on. Oh, not wet enough. And there's another mistake. This mountain is actually ahead of this. This mountain is actually ahead of this mountain, not in back of it. So let's make it more into the mist. And of course, like are taking things out of things that aren't there. We can just rearrange the landscape. That's okay. Here's some more of this stuff. Now, here's my stream. And my stream has an overall kind of the same kind of color. But it also has to have the reflections of these trees, which don't look very gray, don't look very green, they look sort of gray. Oh, this is one of my brushes that use some tape. See if I can get this up. back that mountain back out. That's not going to happen. Okay, where's Marilyn so I can complain about phthalo blue?
Is hiding.
Yeah. Well, at this time of year, people are incredibly busy. Well, now they look like pyramids in the snow, which I think is an impossibility. We're not going to have pyramids in the snow. These are going to have to go on the couch. I can tell. Well, it's sort of a mountain. It's sort of a mountain. Sort of. Maybe not much, but a little bit. Here's my stream. There's my reflections. Maybe they can be a little bit darker. There. Okay. So now let's get some ultramarine that I'm comfortable with. So I can make some shadows in my snow. So I've got a big one here, which is a little purpley. There we go. Lots of water. And we start here and go up past the trees. That's a little dark. Oh, I forgot the trees. I got these trees to make. The fir trees. Too dark, too dark, too dark. That's better. And a little more shmeary. And then let's worry about these trees. Okay, now fir tree. Sort of, we start there. And that's that lump. So they're right about here. I should have made a mark in the margin. That's where that tree is. And it goes up in the middle, right to about there. And I think this is one of my favorites, Hooker's Green. With some red to make it more gray. And luckily I've got some right next door. And then I think we'll add black. And we're starting here. And I'm being conservative about it because, oops, I've gone too far. And this is a very even tree. For a tree in the wild.
The Swiss got to it.
Yep. I mean, it's got some
Trimmed it.
irregularity, but not much. It's okay. Then these next to it, these get proper spindly look. Then it gets very, very blotchy. And way at the edge, there's something coming out here that we're not going to worry about because the mat will cover it. Whoops, that went too high. Now, black. What was it that Linda said last time? The rest could just be blotchy.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else can just be blotchy. Okay. Now, the question is, do I do all these dark branchy things? No, I should do these things down here. And they are very black. There's very little green in there. And I think I need a small brush, except for maybe this one. I say I want a small brush, and I do them all in the big brush. Yeah. Now, around these edges, I've got some real darks. So now that I've got this dark green and black, I'll do some of that. Nope, it's too green. I think it's got to be blacker or browner. So we've got green, then we add red. Forget a brown. Okay. I think I'll add some of this brown in my trees to make them look like somebody thought about them. And back to my fir tree, because we've got undergrowth down here. This is very light. I should dumb that down some. It's much less green. Ah. Put down the brown and it, of course, wipes out. All wipes out. I'll come back and take some of that away. Now I'm divided. There's lots of flicky things, and some of them are in back of the birch. So those should be done next. Where's a little flicky brush? I've got to weed some of these brushes out. Oh, there's my favorite one. And now we're getting really dark. Oh, we've got some little flicky things over here too. And this dry enough over here? We've got right up here. This isn't quite dry enough to do this. Notice I say that and then I do it anyway. Because these are fun. Okay, what do I want to do? I really want to change this mountain shape. But I think I'm stuck with it. I'll do some more flicky stuff here. Oh, that's too dark. And the other thing that has to happen is this side has shadows too, like this side does. If I do them, then maybe this will be dry enough. And these are very light purple. One sort of has the feeling that this is in shadow more. I think I want to soften this. Can I do something about my mountain? Not happy with my mountain. It's too regular. It's too much like a pyramid. Oh, maybe I should attack it the other way. Make that into more of a mist. I don't know. I think we're stuck. I think I'm stuck with this. It's a little better. It's a little better. I want to mist out this a bit. It's a little too defined. The paper's beginning to break up here. So I've got these little fuzzes. And that's how you deal with them. So that's not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, this is now hopefully dry enough to pull off. You know what? I haven't got enough dark around it. I'm not going to know where my branches are. Let's get some more dark around it. It's going to be fine in the tree. But here on the snow, it's not going to be enough distinction to know where the trees start and the snow ends. And of course, now it's wet again. I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, and it's destroying the paper. But it's a birch tree. Yeah, I've got a real problem here. Here, come down from the dry end. What an idea. Much better. But here, down here where it's wet, it's all falling apart. That's a real problem. Where's my little scissors? I need to cut it. I don't know where my scissors, my little scissors is. On. So you can see where my birches are supposed to go. And then my paper is ripping totally to shreds, and I haven't got my scissors. So we take a big scissors and cut it off. This scissors won't cut this off. This scissors is not small enough. There it is. Okay. So now I'm ready for my birch trees. And Chris is telling me it's time. You can do the credit card thing that we did last week, or you can just do this, since I don't know where my credit card is. And what I'm going to do down here, anybody's guess. I know where the credit card is. Chris, would you do me a favor? Could you do me a favor? Get me the credit card that's over there on that red tray, because I'm attached to the wire. I know, I didn't think that. On the red, the next one over. Yeah, credit card. Cut up credit card. There we go. All right. Now.
Sort of like a spatula, the way they use it in oil paint.
Yeah. Much more expensive though. And when you've done scratches, which I haven't done very successfully apparently, then the paint, you squeeze the paint into them. And it just looks sort of birchy anyway. And right here is where my paper is totally destroyed. That's less than successful. So to finish this off, I would do a lot more with the credit card. And then I'm going to do this kind of stuff. And there's a big one coming right out of here. And, okay. You get the idea?
Yes.
Okay. Because it's late. So Merry Christmas.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
New Year.
You too.
Have a wonderful time.
You too.
We will.
Yes.
You guys are all so great.
Merry, happy winter solstice. Bye.
Yes, happy winter solstice. Happy whatever it is you celebrate.
Take care.